All right, man. It's never a good time not to come on here and talk about one of my favorite prospects not panning out, but I feel like we're about to do that. Najee Harris went into a press conference yesterday, and he said some things I agree with and some things I don't agree with. But what's up, YouTube? It's All Pro Sports Talk, the home of sports talk. Hit subscribe button if you're new. Also, hit the like button. Najee Harris, yesterday in the press conference, said that the team's lacking accountability and discipline. He said that's why they lost against the Philadelphia Eagles, and I do agree with that. But I also have some questions about Najee Harris, because when I read that article and when I listened to the press conference, there was another article I read that's pretty true, that some within the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, that they are concerned about Najee Harris because his lack of speed and burst. They do feel like that it is due to the Liz Frank injury that he suffered in the preseason, but they saw a lack of speed and explosiveness last season as well. Now, Najee Harris never had speed and explosiveness to begin with. Obviously, he's an NFL running back. He has a lot of explosiveness to be in the NFL and a lot of speed, but he doesn't have the type of speed and explosiveness to what a Jamal Charles would have or Walter Payton. He's not that type of running back. He's a running back that's aggressive, gets in space, good in pass blocking, and that's what Najee Harris is good at. Najee Harris isn't what a lot of people thought he would be right now. A lot of people thought that he would come in, he would be trying to take over the league like a Derrick Henry. He would be doing phenomenal things. For one, I'm a big Najee Harris fan. Him coming out of Alabama, he was my number one rated running back out of that class. But the thing is, I was upset the Pittsburgh Steelers got him in the first round. I wasn't upset that they got Najee Harris. You just don't select a running back in the first round unless his name is a la Christian McCaffrey, because he can catch the ball, he's a receiver, and he's a running back, and he can do a lot of things for your team. When you select a running back, it's a very expendable position. And I'm seeing teams around the league are learning that. Nick Chubb was not a first-round pick. Derrick Henry was not a first-round pick. The Cowboys right now are wreaking the soreness of the Ezekiel Elliott contract, and you look at Tony Pollard. So you can go out there and you can get running backs. Not to say the running back position is dead, but we're seeing a revival of some different things here. We're seeing guys like Deebo Samuel get in the backfield, do running back things, and also be a wide receiver. I think that running back is very replaceable. When it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they could have used that pick on the offensive lineman and got a running back in the second or third round, and it would have benefited pretty well. Now, I do think that Najee Harris can still be a serviceable running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, Jalen Warren does look better, and he's performing better for the simple fact that he's faster and he has more speed and he has more explosiveness. But this is the main thing no one's talking about with Najee Harris. The offensive line is opening up gaps. Najee Harris gets Trent Richardson syndrome, to where he doesn't see the hole all the time, and his decision making really makes you scratch your head. And it's not me bagging on him, it's me being truthful. And it hurts for me to say the kid bounces around too much behind the line of scrimmage. You know, we all used to always say, hit the hole, Le'Veon. What are you doing? Hit the hole. Le'Veon was patient. It seems like Najee Harris, man, the hole is right there. Instead of going left in the A gap, bro, you went all the way outside to where the linebackers and the safeties are at. Man, take your butt up the middle of the field. Then we look at other situations. They'll try to flip the ball to Najee Harris. He'll have open space. He wants to start dancing and moving before the defenders even close in. Then when the defender close in, here goes one defender. He may stiff arm him. Next thing you know, here comes two other defenders. I still like Najee Harris as an open field runner. You may have something. I'm not talking about with the ball in his hand when you're passing to him. I'm talking about when he gets an open field, he can do some things. But when we talk about him behind the line of scrimmage, it's very concerning. He does not look the same. And last year, he also did not have a good season as well. In some people's eyes, to me, he did, because he had 1,200 yards rushing, and they also gave him the ball receiving as well. The reason why I think last season was a good season, in my opinion, bad offensive line, dealing with a quarterback that cannot push the ball down the field, and you're dealing with a horrible offensive play caller in Matt Canada. That's also a bit of the issue. But now I can't really use Matt Canada as just the excuse for his struggles, because you look at Jalen Warren. The kid comes in, even though it's clean-up duty. We've seen Jalen Warren come in when Najee Harris had to exit the game when he was dealing with an injury or he needed a breather, and Jalen Warren comes in, gets 5 to 6 yards a carry, comes in and gets a reception for 7 to 8 yards. And we look at Najee Harris, 2 yards rushing, 3 yards rushing. He hasn't had over 75 rushing yards at all in this entire season in one game, and that's with over 100 carries. And like I said, I'm not here to brag on him. I'm not here to call him a bust, because I don't think he is. My thing is, this is a ramification of drafting a damn running back in the first round when you don't have an offense or offensive line set in place for him. I really do believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a very scary situation, because this guy right here was supposed to be your bell cow running back. He was supposed to be a tier below Derrick Henry. He's supposed to be a guy that you can give the ball to 20, 25 times a game and you can bust out well over 110 yards rushing. Right now, you just can't do that. And we've seen what he did last year. Last year, he had a mean run against the Chicago Bears. All defenders close in. He runs around. He waits behind the center and he pops out. We need to see more of that Najee Harris. I do think injury is playing a huge factor in this. Trust me. But I really am very disappointed in how he's playing right now. And a lack of speed has played a big part into it, because he's not explosive, as a lot of people thought he would be. But he has never been explosive, even in college. He had a good to great offensive line in Alabama, but he still had to get an open field and still form people. And we've seen situations before. We've seen glimpses of the good stuff of what he can do when he's hurdling defenders, stiff arming guys. I just want to see him perform better. I don't know if it's a quick fix. I think that it is the injury to the foot, because you can't tell me what I saw last season didn't work out. Last season, he looked really good, but he's on pace to rush for under 1,000 yards with over 200 carries. 200 touches, excuse me. They're giving him the ball. It's just not working. And the lanes are not completely clogged up. Half of it, yes, it is offensive line. The other half of it, Najee Harris just isn't living up to standards. But I really do believe this. I believe that Najee Harris can turn this thing around as long as they fire Matt Canada. I've been saying this for the longest. I really think the run system he's in does not work. They just keep trying to pound it up the middle, do some things outside. But I do get why Matt Canada will not want to do any toss plays with Najee Harris, because, like I say, he lacks the speed. But speed is not the main thing that makes a running back great. That's the main thing I'm getting at. It's their ability to look at the holes, look at the vision, being able to get around the field. So let me know in the comment section, is this something the Pittsburgh Steelers should be concerned about, or should this be something that the Pittsburgh Steelers should just be saying, you know what, we're going to stick with him, he's going to get through? I do think that there is something with him and Jalen Warren, which again is why I don't agree with running backs being taken in the first round, because he'll be splitting carries with a running back that was not taken in the first round. But I do agree with this move. Have him and Jalen Warren both be 1A and 1B for your team. You have two really good, solid running backs. So let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, when each and every last one, you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.